The Witch Files, Episode 1, The Witch Who Borrowed a Voice. Hello everyone, and welcome. Tonight, we're sharing a story that blurs the line between grief and terror, a tale that reminds us some echoes should never be answered. This is the story of the witch who borrowed a voice. Imagine this, a man, let's call him David, in his late 30s, standing alone in the hallway of his childhood home. It's late, the kind of quiet that makes every creak of the old house sound like a footstep. He's been living here since his mother passed away a few months ago, surrounded by memories that feel both comforting and crushing. He's exhausted, not just from the day, but from the weight of his grief. The house is a mausoleum of what once was. Every room holds a ghost, but tonight, one of them is about to speak. He's just heading to the kitchen for a glass of water when he hears it. A voice drifting from the kitchen. It's his mother's voice. It's not the strong, vibrant voice from his childhood, but the one from her final days, thin, weary, and laced with a pain he knew all too well. David, it calls just his name, but it's loaded with a lifetime of history. Instinct takes over. His lips part, her name forming on his tongue. He's about to call back, to answer the impossible, when a cold dread washes over him, freezing the word in his throat. He stops. His heart hammers against his ribs. The single bulb above the kitchen sink flickers once, twice, then holds steady. The air in the hallway suddenly feels thick, heavy, as if the space itself is holding its breath. He strains to listen, but there's only silence. The voice doesn't call again. It never does. This is the nature of the entity that now shares his home. Locals whisper about it, a story passed down through generations, a cautionary tale for the grieving. They call it the Tongueless Witch. It's an old bound spirit, trapped within the walls of certain homes. Feeding on sorrow, it has no physical form, never shows itself. It has no tongue, and therefore no voice of its own. Its power, its only weapon, is mimicry. It listens to the echoes of loss, soaking up the cadence, the tone, the unique signature of a loved one's voice. It learns the specific nuances that will break a person's heart all over again. The witch doesn't just mimic a voice, it mimics the emotion attached to it. It knows the exact pet name a husband used for his wife, the specific, disappointed sigh a father had, the tired, loving call of a mother in the dead of night. But there are rules to its cruel game. It can only borrow a voice from the truly grieving, from those who are so desperate to hear that voice one more time that they'd answer it, even from beyond the grave. And it only speaks once, one perfect, soul-shattering imitation. It lays the bait, a single, irresistible lure, cast into the depths of a person's sorrow. If the target remains silent, like David did, the witch retreats into the shadows of the house, waiting. It might be days, weeks, or even months before it tries again, perhaps with a different memory, a different tone. It is patient. But if you answer, if you call back into the darkness, everything changes. The moment you reply, a profound silence falls over the room. Not just quiet, but a dead, sound-absorbing stillness. The air returns to normal. The oppressive weight lifts, and for a moment, you might think you imagined it all. You might even feel a sense of relief. You'll take a breath, maybe try to rationalize what you heard. You'll go about your night, unsettled but trying to move on. The true horror begins later. Maybe the next morning, when you say good morning to your reflection, or when you answer the phone. You'll speak, and your own voice will come out, just as it always has. But then, a fraction of a second later, you'll hear it again, an echo, your own voice, repeating your words back to you, just a beat behind. At first, it's disorienting. You might think it's a strange acoustic trick of the room, but it follows you. Every word you speak for the rest of your life is shadowed by this phantom echo. The witch has taken its payment. You answered its call, and in return it has latched onto your voice, borrowing it indefinitely. You gave it a voice, and now it will never let yours be truly your own again. You are forever marked, forced to live with a constant, maddening reminder of the moment you spoke back to the dead. David stands in that hallway, his hand gripping the doorframe, his knuckles white. He understands now. He understands the flickering light, the sudden pressure in the air. He understands the chilling finality of that single spoken word. He didn't answer. He held his grief, his longing, his desperate hope, and he kept it locked inside. The witch is still there, lurking in the corners of his home, listening and waiting. Waiting for a moment of weakness, for the one time his grief might be stronger than his fear. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, if the person you miss most in the world called your name just once from the other room. Could you stay silent? Would you be strong enough not to answer? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the darkness, make sure to like and subscribe. We have more stories waiting in the shadows. Episode 2 is coming soon. Stay safe out there.